have a look. So who have they played so far?
They played
West
Newcastle.
Ham 1-0, Everton 1-1, got beaten by Newcastle away.
They should have won the Everton game. They should have won it. They threw that away.
So, they could be, a bit of a Brentford. I'm not sure. I just don't know, because I just don't know much about the form or anything about them. I'm kind of feeling that we should be able to get something out of it. We should be able to maybe come away from that with a win, based on that form. And I'm not saying it will be easy, but I've got an extra day to prepare. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but they should be able to. I suppose they should be able to take that one away. If I'm honest, I don't feel as nervous about that as I might the West Ham game, but they're just an unknown quantity, so they could throw. Who knows?
This is the thing. I think that what you just said there is quite important. It's West Ham games coming up. That's a midweek game. That's the Forest game is like the start of a run of 3 games, and we know how big, obviously, for the fans, the West Ham game will be.
Mm-hmm.
It's two games away on the bounce as well, by the way, obviously. So Forest away and then West Ham away, and I think mentality is so important. We need to be 100% focused on Forest before we even start to think about West Ham. I think because I think they're good enough to nick a result if we're not 100% on that game. In that game, they'll have their fans are like like most fans, where they've just come up. They're looking for an opportunity to get behind their side and really give them all the support. And we need to make sure we kind of cut that off as early as possible, control the game and control the crowd.
Yeah, but it's interesting because you've made a really good point, which is we're playing Forest on Sunday, then we play West Ham on Wednesday, then we're playing Fulham on Saturday. So whilst we've got an extra day to prepare for Forest, actually we have a day less to prepare for West Ham.
Yeah.
So listen, set pieces and things, they'll be practicing and doing those all the time. It's a specific tactics and how you're going to set up against each side. It means you've got, as you said, between those 3 games, between those 3 games, the intervening period, you've only got a certain amount of time to train and prepare specific setups for that opposition. But I think coming out, I would say coming out of Forest with anything without a win would make us more nervous about going into the West Ham game.
Yeah, maybe I'd like. What I don't want. What I don't want is for us to be, the first team they beat West Ham. So we better, we better get the result against Forest. And I want the win, but I don't want to lose. As Conte says, if you can't win, you're not to lose. But I definitely would like us to beat West Ham. I don't want us to be their first win of the season, because you could imagine how that would we'd never hear the end of that. We'd never hear the end of that. So
yeah,
okay, good stuff. Okay, so what's your predictions then for the Forest game?
Right. So given that unknown quantity and I just don't know, I'll say we'll win 2-1.
Right.
I suspect they'll get something out of us, but I reckon we'll get there in the end. So I'll say we'll win it 2-1.
Okay. Just before I'll give you a chance to revise your score. I've been all fucking evening. I've been meaning to drop this in that. So we talked about Perisic and we talked about the timing of the change and all that malarkey. And there's certainly been a claim in a report today that he was holding his leg before he was substituted. So there's a chance that he's got a little knock and may not be available. So I don't know if he may not be available or not, but maybe he just doesn't start. I'm not sure. But Anyway, I've been meaning to say that all evening. So, do you want to stick with your 2-1?
I'm still going to stick with my 2-1 because I think if the one that they concede is because they basically expose our Sessegnon or our midfield, then that's what will happen. But I still feel that we should be with the quality of the players that we've got, be able to come away with that with all 3 points, if not a clean sheet.
Cool. Okay. Good stuff. I will. Yeah. Yes. In fact, I'm going to go 2-0 because we should come away with a clean sheet. And since Sanchez has been in the squad and playing in a 3, we've not conceded as ropey as everyone seems to think he is. He's gone a number of games, and I think he's had a number of clean sheets. So
he's definitely improved. I would absolutely hand that to him, that I feel that he isn't quite, I don't think it was ever a massive disaster, but he had an error in him and that would cost us. And I think he's managed to get that out of himself, which I think is good.
He had an error in him a game, not just an error in him. He had an error a game in him. So
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Which was always better than Noria, who had at least 2 or 3. But the point
Aurier may be coming back to the Premier League. There was I think it may be Forest. It might be Forest that are interested in him. I think it might be Forest that are interested in him. It'd be interesting times.
Red cards all over the gaff.
Yeah, they'll sign him. They'll sign him in time just for him to play against us on Sunday. So
I can imagine.
But, yeah. Okay. Cool stuff. So what did I say? I said 2. I'm going for 2-0.
You said 2-0, and I said 2-0.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So just time enough to have a quick shout out to Redemption. As I say, it was rocking on Saturday, which was good.
Lovely.
Good to see so many away fans in there. And I'm sure that does them well. It'd be nice to see more home fans in there, though, so that we're not kind of outnumbered by away fans.
Well, your next opportunity, I suppose, will be the Fulham game, which is at 3 o'clock. So
yeah, and it's 3rd of September, isn't it, on a Saturday?
Yeah. So if people can get along to that, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. I will almost endeavour to be there as well, so that I can see what's good and new.
Yes, excellent. I'm just going to let you know that Man United just scored, so they're now 2-0 up.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So this game is not going well. Actually, not a bad thing. Actually, that I'm sure that I don't know where Man United were in the table, but I'm sure they were
near the bottom, I think.
Yeah. So that's good because it means that it doesn't draw Liverpool closer to us. So that's not too bad. So anyway, back in the game.
They'll be above Liverpool.
Well, that's all right. That's good.
Still on the relegation bubble, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, hold on. There's a VAR check. Oh, he's offside, I reckon. Anyway, sorry. Back in the game. So
let's close this off.
Yeah, we are. So shout out as well to We Are Tottenham Pie and Mash. See if you can get along to them. I haven't been this season. I will try and get along. See if they've got any different pie flavors on offer and options for us to try out. So thank you, Simon, for joining me tonight. It's been a good one.
Nice
Enjoyed
to have
it.
your undivided attention.
Indeed. So we've been the Varside Spurs Pubcast. Thank you and good night.
Bye, Coys.